everyone. So the first thing that I'm going to update you on is the Lumos Wi-Fi install. We're still waiting on Lumos to get back to us on that, and Chuck's started harassing them for me on that one. I've been bothering them very frequently, but we're waiting on that.
It didn't help either, by the way.
Yeah, it's not helping for some reason. But we're still waiting on Lumos to get back to us about the Pocket Park at the Love Sign. And then once we get that meeting out of the way, we can proceed, hopefully, with getting the Wi-Fi installed in all of the parks. The next thing is, once the holiday lights come down, we're planning on putting the new tables that Pam Lightfoot donated into their actual places. Right now, they're just kind of sitting on the Sensory Trail or sitting on the Smith Creek Trail. They're going to get moved into their real places after that. I noticed the lights were off tonight. Are they coming down soon? Do you have any?
Not coming down soon,
Okay.
but I think we had a little bit of an issue with a snow plow and a wire.
Oh, okay. All right. So when those do come down permanently, we're going to handle moving the tables. Public Works is going to handle that for us. And hopefully we can get the new raspberries planted and handle a couple cleanup things down there. And then we also had someone approach us from the Master Naturalist program. They were asking if they could do some volunteer hours on our trails. So I've gotten all of the trails added to their volunteer opportunity list. They can do things like trail maintenance, cleanup, remove invasives, monitor wildlife. They can even do like water quality management and like focus on that if we wanted them to. Anything that they do down there or on any of the trails would be something that they have to approach us about first. They would have to ask me and ask the town manager and Public Works to make sure that they're not doing something that we don't want them to do. I'd also like to personally thank the volunteers that did Christkindl Market. Pam Lightfoot especially, she was there the entire time, both days. I think she was nearly in traction after being there in the cold all that time. They did a great job to the point that we raised $1,344 just from that one fundraiser. And because we raised so much on that and the milkweed seed sales, which we did $484 from those in the last year, we're hoping to use those funds to purchase a bench swing for the Sensory Trail. So we've raised $1,828 this year in our general fund. And we still had $1,373 left over from the initial donations to the Sensory Trail, which means we have about $3,200 to spend. And I believe you guys have in your packets the swings that we were looking at. So what I'm looking at buying is the Premier Polysteel 6-foot bench swing. I was looking at hunter green or possibly blue, and I've discussed it with some of the Parks and Trails members. To pick the color, we're actually going to do a Facebook poll or like a Google poll to have people give some input. Just something fun so that people feel like they've got a chance to say what they like, and hopefully raise some engagement on our Parks and Trails Facebook page as well. I'll make a post of that this evening and send it out to news sources, and we'll probably run it for about a week just so people can help choose the color. I went with the Premier Polysteel brand. It's a little bit more expensive than some other brands, but it has a 20-year warranty on it. So the coating on it's not supposed to mildew, mold. It's supposed to be UV stable. It looks like a really great product. It should seat 3 adults comfortably. And the price for that, I of course had to get us a discount, but it's $1,658.70. It's $715 for freight shipping. The town is tax exempt. We don't need the lift gate fee. So that adds up to $2,373.70, which again, we had $3,200 to spend, so we're good on cost. The plan there would be to put it in that flat kind of open space when you start down the Sensory Trail where the blueberries are on the right. Like after you go past the kiosk, it's that kind of flat spot on the right. It's a little bit shaded, but it's really nice and flat and open. And that plan was just specifically so that parents, grandparents, whoever can sit there and rest and still be able to see kids playing, maybe swing with the little kids while the older kids are playing. And so what I need from you guys is basically just to approve that we can put a swing on the Sensory Trail. And this is the swing that we were planning, and that's the spot that we liked. So if everything's copacetic, we'd like to do that.
Any discussion, question?
Who's handling the install?
It would be Public Works.
Public Works.
And it does go in the ground, concreted into the ground. It's really nice and sturdy. If anybody's ever been to the park across from Whitey's in Covington, they have a very similar swing there that overlooks the river. It's really nice and comfortable.
I like the idea of the swing. I think it's going to be a good asset down there. The only thing I would ask is that before it is installed, and I know it's going to take some time to get here, and we got to get past winter, we got to get the lights up, is to wait until we get the survey completed of the trail, because down in the area you're talking about, there is some question
Right.
about joining property lines. So I would just, I think it would be beneficial not to try to hold things up,
Right.
but to make sure we were in a spot that we are capable of being in.
Right.
So, and the survey may be completed by the time we're even ready to put it in, but just in case, I would ask that consideration might be made, that we wait until we have the survey done so we know exactly where our boundaries are on that side. And the survey has been contracted for. The weather's been against him, and he's had other jobs in front of us.
Right. And if it does turn out that there's any sort of issue on that boundary, we could probably move it to another spot. There's nice shady spots all around. It would be nice if we could go on and order it, because it takes about 6 to 8 weeks to get here, and then we can always shift where it needs to be.
Any color but green. Everybody has green. That's the color of the other two tables, is green.
Yeah, the tables are
Oh,
green.
Yeah.
Most of the Parks and Recreation stuff seems to be green, but yeah, we looked at green and blue were the two colors that we were gonna ask if people wanted to choose from.
I think it sounds like a great idea, and I know playground equipment is not cheap.
Right.
It's great that you've raised enough money to cover the cost, and my thoughts is that you just work with Chuck to make sure we get it in the right place, and I'm all for it.
I agree.
Go ahead and order.
All right.
Need a motion, Mr.
You
Mayor.
need a motion?
Make a motion.
I hear a motion to order the park swing.
Motion.
I hear a second.
Second?
Councilman Nicely,
Yes.
Councilman Wolf,
Yes.
Councilwoman Loudermilk,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Burdette,
Yes.
Mayor Urban.
Yes.
All right, so we'll get that word as soon as we decide on the color, and I'll have that survey out for everyone to do that. I'd just also like to say, that our next meeting is the 21st at 6:30. If anybody would like to join us, we'll be here at Town Hall.
Are you going to have that delivered to Public Works, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And as soon as we choose the color, I'll just tell the company that we're ready for an invoice, and I'll get it to you so that
Okay.
you guys can order. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Courtney.